Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is a reaction for My Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 1. Well, finally Season 3 is here, we waited a long time, and I cannot wait to see more of My Hero Academia. I guess you feel the same. So for those of you who have never seen a reaction video of mine and how I handled on this channel, easily trying myself to explain it to you. This video here is the hello and welcome and the after reaction discussion. If you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions down here and you will find a link. Just replace the circumflex dot parts with real dots and then you can see the reaction. It is complete, nothing cut, so you can see all of it. Once you've done watching it, I hope you enjoyed it. Please come back here and hear out my thoughts about this episode and what I expect to be in the next ones, so see you soon. For those of you that came back, welcome back. Now, wasn't that fun? Holy heck, that was a great episode. I'm still smiling. I really like it. You never know how much you missed a series until you watch the next episode, right? That was good. As I said before reacting, it is that I realized that I lost a lot of knowledge about this series. About the characters especially, about their names. Not about their abilities, their quirks. I still know those. But names and me, that's really a problem. So I reacted to a little teaser trailer, which you will find here on my channel as well. About the movie, which is about to come out hopefully soon. And while reacting, I realized that I really struggled with the names of the characters. Like Ingenium, like Tsu, as example, or even Deku, which is hard, which really hits me, because I really love this series dearly, so I should remember those names better. So I made myself a new list, completely. I had the old list, but I just made a new one so I could memorize the characters again. Now into the episode. It was 50-50. 50% new stuff, which is mainly training at the pool, and 50% showing us stuff from the past to get us back on track. Possibly for people who haven't seen season 1 and 2 to get them in the boat. But I think mainly it is for us old viewers, because there are some months between season 2 and 3 to make us realize again what happened in the last 2 seasons. And I liked it. It was good. It showed a lot of the important stuff. Not all. I mean, there's so much. It focused on the main characters, no question. As you know, if you've seen my old reactions, I dearly love some of the minor characters. I don't know why, but I do really, really love the belly button boy. Although he's possibly one of the weakest heroes at all. But I don't care. I just like his style, his flair, you know? But then there's Tsu as example, or the Raven, where I really want to see more of them evolving. As most of you, I like Uravity. She's a very nice character. She's a cool girl. She's a nice girl. Just, you know, entertaining but friendly. That's the thing. And I like the fact that she has been more in the center, in the focus in the last episodes of the last seasons. That she's really trying to evolve herself. Not just her quirk, but herself bodily, in the meaning of strengths, of melee fighting abilities, and so on. So this is the thing which I like about this series, that all of the characters really try and struggle to get stronger, to grow, to be a hero. They are not at this academy without a reason. Each of them is there because they really strongly believe in the fact that they can be a hero. There are some, as you know, which are, in my opinion, a bit too focused on stuff they shouldn't be focused on. Talking about my specific little creep there. But we had episodes in the past where we have seen him developing over it. Getting the moment where he even won for his team, where he even put aside this creepiness. I would like that to go on. Right now in this episode, in my opinion, it is a step back. But, I mean, they try to point out again what those characters are like. So, I give it to him. So we had the intro, which is possibly one of the most important things about this episode because it shows new stuff, a lot of new stuff. I'm not sure if I catched everything, I guess not. The one thing right in the beginning is I keep my idols, which is, I think, important because, as we know, Deku idolizes All Might. We have seen him in this episode watching the video again. They talk to each other once again. The movie that's about to come out seems to be about the two of them. Possibly about the background of All Might, where he comes from. And he still idolizes him, although we have seen in the last season that All Might is getting weaker and weaker. Not in the amount of power he can punch out, but in the time that he's able to be in the All Might form. Most of the time he, by now, is this old, tattered guy who still has the knowledge what to do. So he is still a very good mentor, but doesn't have the physical strength and the quirk active. So when we started off with season 1, I think he had more than an hour he could use of this power, of this quirk. And in the end of season 2, I'm pretty sure we were down to like 40 minutes or so. So it got less and less. Because of the injury he suffered in one of the fights. So that's something I try to keep in mind. I'm not sure if they will change that. I don't know if I would like it to be changed. Because in the end, it is that the flag bearer of the heroes is giving his flag to the next generation. So All Might is training his successor, is training the one to be in the possession of the power after him, which hopefully will be Deku, because he has the right behavior, he has his heart in the right place. It's not just about being strong for him, about being influential or cool or anything. He just wants to help, and that's the main thing. This is the one thing that specifies a hero. So I hope they do, as strange as it is, I hope they do not heal All Might and give him the complete potential back, because then we wouldn't need Deku anymore. It would be wrong. So much about that. There were two guys in the intro who not really shook hands. They were like putting their hands on each other. I'm not sure what this was about. I'm not sure who those two are. It might be one was All Might in a younger version. I think those two might be, but just might be All Might and his predecessor, the older one, which he got the power from, or it might be his main enemy. So it's one for all versus all for one. Might be. It might be two completely different people. So I'm not sure. I wasn't able to completely see who those two were. We have seen the League of Villains again. The leader of the League of Villains, as we know, he is just not really like a puppet, but he's the one they put into the front, while All for One is staying in the background, and some other possibly pretty strong enemies as well. But however, the guy with the gloves, is dangerous. We've seen it. So he was unorganized from time to time. He is not the strongest melee fighter, no question, but his ability to disintegrate everything and everyone makes him a very dangerous character. And by now, we've seen it in the last season, him growing personally, his way of behavior. But now, by beginning of season 3, he has found like a new target, like a new goal, what to go for. And once again, someone going for All Might. But he ended the episode by saying that he has a new plan, a new game he wants to start. So he goes over and now starts doing things by himself and requesting the League of Villains to give him what he needs for it. So I think they will make him more and more to the leader of the League of Villains, which he is on poster, but not completely yet. Which I like. he has a good potential to be a really, really bad guy. That we got. Yeah. We have seen a new pro hero, which I'm not sure if we've seen before. So Vlad King. I don't think I've seen him in any of the episodes before, and if so, then he wasn't in the spotlight. So I guess he's another teacher on the UA, so we will learn more about him. We have everyone finally at the pool, so it's a whole class. I like that, even the girls, although they didn't show the skills of the girls, which I found a little bit sad. So they showed the boys doing their thing while swimming. It's not swimming if you don't touch the water. However, I really thought they would bring in Sue and her abilities in the water, although she would possibly have lost against like Ingenium or Todoroki or anyone, because they are their quirks just give them speed. While she's a frog, she would be by normal swimming, she would possibly be the fastest in the water, because her quirk is passive when it comes to that. But even if you see guys like the guy with the tail, he could possibly use it as like a propeller, like a turbine effect to speed himself up. So she's possibly not the fastest in the water, but if it is about long time in the water, she has the upper hand, no question there. But they didn't show that. They gave us a little bit for the creeps, so they gave us a little bit of fan service by showing the girls in the swimsuits. Okay. And I still like the fact that Toru, the invisible girl, is still wearing a swimsuit, or in the picture they imagined a bikini. I mean, she's invisible. She shouldn't have to. And as strange as it is, I can see she is doing it, because it is still the fact of feeling it on your skin. However, if she doesn't wear it, then no one will see her. So, well, we had this discussion in the past. It's like in every episode, you never know if she's not around, because she's invisible. Yeah, I liked that they showed out that Ingenium is the class representative, which he earned. There were those 1 or 2 episodes in, I think it was in season 2, I'm not sure, where he was chosen to be, and grew to it. He really had to grow to being the class representative and what it means to stand up for his class. And I like those episodes. I like the fact that he grew into it. So it's very nice to me, because the main hero of the series is without any question Deku. We have others who are very powerful and influential, like Kacchan and like Todoroki. Those 3 are the main characters, as we've seen, symbolized by those 3 swimming in the finale. But there are others who are important, and I like the fact that Ingenium is the one that is a class representative, because he is in many ways this Silver Knight. You know, he is even wearing an armor like that. So he is a typical hero people see on the first view. And that's the kind of hero he wants to be. He wants to be an inspiring hero to others. Very much like All Might. No question there. Yeah. Swimming without touching the water, as I said, is cheating. But they made sure in the beginning that you're allowed to use your quirks, so it's okay. It was a nice way to showing off the quirks of or the major characters in just a short amount of time. Although we have just seen it from the major characters and not like the secondary characters. We haven't seen Raven as example swim, or any of the girls, which would have been interesting. We had Eraserhead stepping in, that was funny. So it's this glare on, everything erased, no quirks allowed, it's 5 PM, go off. I like that. And he can be intimidating, no question. And we know that the next episode will be about this summer training camp, which is in a location that only upper management knows. And that is an important information, because if the villains show up at this summer camp, then it will possibly mean someone of upper management is involved with the League of Evil, or maybe at least gives them hints, you know? Or they are really good at spying. We never know. Might be. So I'm watching out. I'm having my eye open on that. If there is like an indicator that someone in the UA is a double agent in the end. So it would be sad if it would be the new guy, if it would be Vlad King, because it would be too obvious, you know, too easy. Doesn't have to be, but we will see where it's going. New game, yeah. So that's the one thing. We ended the last season with the background story about One for All and All for One. About the fact that the main evil guy was very much hurt and nearly killed, but survived and is now growing stronger and stronger again and will possibly pop up somewhere in the future. At the moment, he's still the puppet master from the background. We had the fact that the old One for All carrier, the one before All Might, was killed by him, I think it was. I think I have to rewatch that. But there's a lot of background, and this one was a good friend to Gran Torino. I remember that. So we still don't know much about him and about this story. So question is if they bring this story in the movie or if it will go into the series now. Because by the way they set it up in the end of season 2, it should be part of the series. But then, who knows, maybe they just focus on the UA and put it in the movie completely. We will see. So at least I'm waiting for the training camp on what that means, because the last 2 trainings, the big trainings, always were very interesting because they were able to improve their skills. They showed off their skills, which I always like. They teamed up, and those of you who see my reactions for that in the past know I like them teaming. It's a nice thing to see them one-on-one or stuff like that, you know? But it is way more interesting if they are able, and how they are able, to combine their quirks. To use as example your gravity's ability to remove gravity, and just as example Ingenium's speed, then to propel something, just as an idea. Or anything like that, you know? There are so many options they have by the amount of quirks. So I'm waiting for that, or more of that. And sure, I'm pretty sure the League of Villains will appear and make their point again. Yeah, that's it for this time. I hope you liked. I did for sure. And as always, please feel free to comment, to like, and to subscribe. I will see you the next time. Until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.